Welcome to Quack Co, the board game channel where every video is 10 minutes or less guaranteed, and today we're asking the question, should you back Summit from Inside Up Games? Now, before we dive into this, I do want to give the caveat, we like Inside Up Games a lot, we oftentimes collaborate or work with them, and on top of that, I'm a big fan of Summit. I've had a lot of fun diving into it, but I do have some caveats and some restrictions around whether or not this is the right game for you and your gaming group that I would like to go through. And I want to look at what they're offering, check out, we're in the last 4 days of the campaign, so I want to check out what upgrades, what stretch goals, what other things they've pulled in here, and have that conversation. So, Summit. Summit is a mountaineering game. You take the role of one of various semi-historic figures with different capacities for movement, for food, for carrying weight, and you start journeying up this big traversable mountain. The object of the game is to make it to the peak and then make it back down alive. Summit plays in 3 different ways: solo, cooperative, and straight competitive. And I have caveats around where I enjoy the game in each of those categories. Cooperatively, Summit is a chaotic puzzle to try to solve that will tell visceral stories, and sometimes the mountain will just be unrelenting and cruel. Solo, it's the same. It's a strategic network making your way up. You have to be ready to react to randomness and react to brutal chaos. But it is survivable. And it's survivable on this hierarchy of scales, with the mountain having varying challenge levels, which is really interesting for me. But competitively is where myself and the game group have, let's say, found a home with Summit, but in a very specific context. Base game Summit competitively, when you're just fighting one against everyone else, can feel a little unfair at times. If you like games like that are heavy take that let you play cards that just royally screw over other players, place down tiles that end up ripping their line off the wall or dropping avalanches on their head, great, you're already sold, you're in. This is about as take that as you can get. However, it can at times knock players out or make players feel like they didn't have as much agency as I sometimes like, even in take that games. But when you combine it with one of the expansions called Teams, you now get to mitigate the degree of randomness by working together with a partner. So 4-player Summit, 2 versus 2, I have found to still be chaotic and still be mean, but not feel as cruel in some regards as the game itself can be. Instead, you're kind of doing this puzzle. You're playing a semi-cooperative game. You're working with your teammate, and there's another group out there that are trying to steal the glory from you. So you're doing your best to screw them over. And now, they've released their 3rd expansion, and I believe the final expansion, along with an official big box, which is another part of the conversation here. So, the final expansion for Summit, Mind Over Matter. Prove it, Sanity. The final expansion adds, the final expansion in Summit, in the Summit series, Sanity, brings another dimension of play and immersion as players attempt to harness their character's focus while maintaining their sanity, all while trying to survive the world's deadliest mountain. Can players keep their cool, or will they break down under the immense pressure of the expedition or the competition? Will the dangers of hypothermia threatening your survival? Can you trust your mind, or is it playing tricks on you? It's just a matter of time before someone cracks the ice under their climbing axe. So, Sanity is mixing in another little module into the game, a module that has to do with the mental pathways of your character, and I'm really intrigued because this is going to be a little side puzzle that's integrating back into the core system. I haven't played it yet, I haven't been able to dive in, but there's some examples here in just a second that I want to show you. So, compatibility. Summit has 4 compatible game modes: cooperative, solo, competitive, and teams. Teams, again, is the most interested to me. You need the prior expansions, so you have Yeti and Teams. Now, if you're making hard decisions around what to get for this, right now, I would advocate for Summit and Teams. Yeti is going to mix in some cool stuff, but at the end of the day, the primary thing that it mixes in is this cascading snowball of a Yeti that just ends up being even more fun and interesting and take that, but I don't know that it transforms the game experience in a way that makes it necessary to pick it up now. I don't know how limited it'll be. I don't know if there's going to be stock afterwards. I assume there'll be some degree of availability though, so I wouldn't rush for you to grab Yeti. However, like I said, teams allow you to team up, you use brand new ladders to get out of trouble, and you outmaneuver the opposing team. For me, this is an essential expansion. And, relating back to the big box, if you just get Teams and Summit, the base game and one expansion, it'll all fit back into the original box. So, you don't necessarily need to grab the big box unless you love keeping the cardboard itself. However, I don't know what Sanity adds. And I'd venture to say that if it combines in any form with the mods that we already like, we're gonna be interested in picking it up. They're available as add-ons. You have the option to become a Summit character. I don't know if that's still available or not. Sanity components. So you can see here, 2 new characters with unique stats and abilities. You do have a lot of characters to play in the base game though, so I don't know that I would rush to grab it just because of this. 120 new cards is very intriguing, because this is mixing into the base cards that you have, giving you more variability in the game, a game that already has a lot of cruelty and a lot of variability, introducing the Sanity mechanic and encompassing the base game and each and every expansion, as well as reactionary karma cards, which is cool because reactionary karma cards are going to be cards that you play after something has happened. I like that. 1 sticker sheet to modify your game board for the new Blizzard, Karma, and Sherpa effects. Interesting. And 6 dual-layered Sanity boards to manipulate your character's focus and manage their overall mental health. I like the concept of this. I like where it's going. The new way to play, a new way to die. Dual-layered board, multiple pathways to refine your character's focus. And as you focus on different things, my assumption is you're going to be getting different benefits. Earn immediate bonuses and work towards ongoing effects. Maintain your focus or risk your sanity slipping. I like that this puzzle is here, and I like that it's integrating in. I'm really, really intrigued by this. Now, the Summit Big Box, 1.5 times larger. It's going to be able to store a stitched-edged playmat, 2 double-sided tracks, including the dual-layered Sherpa track, so you no longer need those stickers to modify it, looks like, 12 unique acrylic meeples, metal freaking dice, silver foil logos. Okay, so around the big box, let's say this. If you want to get everything for this game, if you already think that a Helter Skelter Mountaineering Take That game is right for you, the big box is going to be the best price that it's ever going to be, and you're going to be able to get upgrades like the stitched playmat. You're going to be able to get upgrades like the metal dice. These are all going to be add-ons that then will fit back into this system, which I like. More room to separate, organize, and store the base game, all 3 expansions and reveals from the campaign, and yes, it'll fit sleeved and naked cards. Now, it doesn't look like the stitched edge playmat fits into the base box. Just for the record, I didn't want to mislead anyone there because I'm sitting here going through this with you, but the add-on like acrylic meeples, the add-on for metal dice, very, very compelling. There's a little video here that shows how it all stores. You've got a variety of pledge levels here deciding what you want to grab, and then you have like the big box plus Sanity if you already own everything else. You have the Sanity expansion itself, Summit series all in for everything. You can become a character if you want. I kind of want to become a character. I don't have the budget for it though. So if I was going to advocate picking up Summit, this is the reprint, it's just now available again. I would advocate for Summit, Sanity, and Teams. Yeti, in my opinion, is the weaker expansion, my opinion, and I would look into some of the added extras, like the metal dice or the acrylic standees, before I'd look into the big box. Unless you're getting everything all together, most of the stuff will fit unsleeved back into that core box as it is. That being said, if you're crazy like me and you want to get a good deal and a good price on a pretty fantastic game, all in might be where you're already looking. Let me know down below, what are your thoughts? What's the decision you've made on this game? Is it right for you? Is it wrong for you? Are you picking up a copy of Summit? We'll have another gameplay coming out on the main channel soon, and with that, we'll see you next time. Remember, less time watching means more time playing. This has been a Quack Co. Should you back.